Aye.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Overlook me. Yes.
Okay. Now we'll look at the minutes for May 27th. And, I entertain a motion to approve May 27 minutes. Is there support? Discussion or question? Okay, on page 5.
Madam Chair,
Yeah.
I think the text from someone that the chat has been disabled online on the virtual room, and so they can't sign up. The chat box is disabled for some reason, so they can't sign up.
Okay. He is doing that on page 5. Page 5.
What was the first?
Yeah. Correction, they said the chair had to state that she was concerned with the fact that the pavilion project is asking for so much capital. That's not correct.
Where's the top?
Page 5 of the minutes.
I know, the name is down here several times.
Up at the top. Second paragraph. So much capital, that is correct, is asking for so much capital. Not some, so much capital and things inside the building. I spent the elevator. Yeah.
So you're saying that you didn't make the statement?
Yeah, but I didn't make so much.
It's the word.
So much. Yeah. So much.
Okay.
Okay, is anything else? As far as, okay. Then roll call. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion carries. Now, 10. Page 9. The minutes for June 10th. Did you unlock whatever is wrong? Chapman's is ready. Okay, then, would you, whoever's there, put their name on it? Okay. Any, I entertain a motion to approve the Juneteenth, minutes. Okay. Any discussion or question? Okay, roll call. Madam Chair. Huh? Madam Chair. Yes.
Vice Chair. Trustee Moore. Trustee Richardson. Trustee President Maxey.
Yes.
Yes, motion passed.
Okay, and now we'll go to public comment. Who's the first, who's taking the 3 minute time?
I got it.
You have it?
Yep. First one was Renee Becky.
Self-enrichment or a closed library. I speak still in protest of this senseless choice for 4 of the Pontiac Library members, Randy Hatchett, Colbert Bill Maxey, Melanie Rutherford, and Rosie Richardson, to fire the library director, Devin Green. Allegedly, this appears just to move Devin Green out of a position and put a very unqualified Rosie Richardson in to be a librarian to run the entire library. One must have a 4-year degree in library science plus a master's degree in library science, and to be certified by the state who can open and close the library. Ms. Richardson, I believe, is retired and teacher, and she's a counselor. I read her resume online and nothing's found about library science. Oh, I get it. Lady Hatchett, Bill Maxey, Melanie Rutherford, and Ms. Richardson herself allegedly wanted Devin Green out so you can have unlimited control of the funds for the library. No one to block an action or say no to anyone. This is selfishness and greed and downright scandalous. Closing this library will leave the Pontiac children and adult learners out. I am told that there was an earlier alleged incident with Ms. Richard as an intern librarian at the library about the payroll, and it did not reach the staff. I say to Ms. Richardson, put away your selfish ambition and remember the patrons of the library as a whole. Put away your personal differences and remember that this may be someone's only outlet to learn. Remember the children and not the money that you're trying to get. To Mrs. Hatchett, just because you are well known does not mean that you make the right decisions or you have the right to run everything. You went very dark, a very dark place a few weeks ago. You went very dark. You said, I'll take the repercussions, mean I'll take the consequences of firing Devin Green. Hire Rosie and lose a whole library? We don't think so. Time for all you to go off this library board. Rosie Richardson, Melanie Rutherford, Bill Maxey, and Ms. Hatchett.
Thank you. The next person? I can't hear you.
Nothing. Ernest Berry.
No, that's, I'm sorry, I just signed it. That's signed.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anthony Peters.
That's it.
Great.
Good.
Wonderful.
All right. Oh, my name is Anthony Pierce. You know, a lot of people call me by the name of Tony. And I was invited here today by Mr. Evans to purpose being here to do a pitch for your pancake event. I established a business in 2018. It was a shrimp business. And I've been going around doing some sites, checking on some sites and things like that. The best site that I found thus far is the pancake event. It's located in downtown area. And I would like to bring some life back to it. And I always had a passion for cooking and creating the art of food and And one thing that I discovered about two types of food is chicken and shrimp. And then it's creation for chicken and shrimp, you know, it's really big. But I chose shrimp because shrimp has a more of a presentation. It gives, well, I guess everything ain't for everybody, I guess. So, and with that being said, the presentation of shrimp is more of a eye opener than fish. People get some shrimp, it's more of a surprising, it makes a person feel good, you know. Shrimp is good more exotic than chicken. So, and from my experience, not here with the comment, there's nowhere to get rid of shrimp. There's nowhere to get rid of areas. As far as I know, when I've been to places, some more of the food that go around, and I taste foods. There's no place to go. This is just shrimp. So what I'm doing here is me and a couple of my friends, we created a season that took us 7 hours to do. Took us 7 hours to go perfect battle, perfect season. And to come up with something that's going to be workable to the city of Pontiac and surrounding cities. So, that being said, Shrimp Connection, I established this in 2018 in a small apartment during the late hours of the night, with a journal, a vision, small big fire. One of the best tasting shrimps around because I gave you a shrimp tasting presentation.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yes.
So that's my pitch, and I would like to know if anybody have any revenues or anything I can go on to get this started.
What I need you to do, Mr. Peters,
Yes, ma'am.
is, to draw up your proposal, the budget or whatever in it, and submit it to, Mr. Richardson.
Mhm.
And then we will take a look at it. I probably will put together a 3-member subcommittee
Mhm.
to look at your proposal, because we just went through a bunch of stuff and we gotta be sure that whatever's presented to us is lawful. So put your proposal together with a budget and submit it to Mr. Richardson, and as soon as I know, I will put a 3-member committee together to look at it. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I should tell you that we are looking at some items that the health department kind of pointed out to us from the previous school.
Mhm.
So we would have to bring the pavilion up to code before we can let anyone. So we're working on looking at that and trying to do what we can do.
Until the time comes, is there a possibility that I can utilize the space?
No, what I do, I delegated to other members, a 3-person group. And then they look at it, they come back and make a report to us. I may have you to be on the agenda, so you have more time to make your presentation to us. But I won't do that until you submit a proposal to Mr. Richardson.
Ms.
Okay?
Evans.
What?
You said to Mr. Richardson. Yeah, Ms. Evans.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I learned something today. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for listening.
I'm all
Thank you. There was somebody,
Christian, who's on there still. Christian, you have 3 minutes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Hi, thank you for giving me time today. My name is Christian Marcillo, a voter, a resident, and leader in Pontiac. I've engaged in the most recent disheartening actions of the Pontiac Library Board, but I wanted to not come today to express any further disheartenment, but also simply to provide some suggestions and observations. In the last public comment, several people expressed their concern over the lack of ethics and abuse of power over how an employee was handled in a firing situation, the potential financial risk of a lawsuit for that firing, and the simple lack of transparency around the context of it. When the library board decided to fire the library director in the past 2 meetings, it was evident that it was done so without a replacement plan in mind. Currently, you are working on that, and I can see it on the agenda. You're about to vote on a budget without a director. A new director will have to live with your decision until the next budget process. Last board meeting, Vernita attempted to make a motion to manage the process. However, the board neglected the motion and moved on. I recommend today that the board revisit a motion similar to that in order to manage how a new director would step into an existing budget. Secondly, when the board fired the library board, they did so at will because of the employee handbook. Some directors made a comment that no feedback or coaching or development was done. That single comment causes concern as a citizen and a voter, and I suggest that a board director again make another motion today to allocate the budget to redo the employee handbook with a focus on development of staff and possibly attaining a HR firm in order to consult the library. Thirdly, the process that has unfolded has left the talent world know that Pontiac is not a world-class community, but instead is a community that you can be fired of with no cause. You're supposed to be a leading world-class institution. However, your actions would cause any candidate to question why Pontiac is a place they'd like to work in as your new director. I suggest a motion be made to focus on how to recruit as well as retain top-notch talent in the library. Lastly, I believe the board chair, as I heard in the comment in watching and participating in last meeting through Zoom, made comments during your report that you would withhold your comments for a more appropriate venue. As a member of the public audience, I didn't know if that meant another YouTube video, a Facebook post, and I wasn't sure where to look for those comments. I will call you out. You are the library board chair. This is your platform. And you were elected to be on that board, and you were elected by your board members to be the chair. If you're afraid of making comments, maybe this is not the right platform for you, but I believe in your heart that this is where you want to be, and you continue to demonstrate that this is, you have the ability to make action. Thank you for your time.
That's the important time.
That's it, then. May I see the- Okay. Mr. Martin.
Okay. So I'm starting with the profit and loss budget versus actual for July 2020 through May 2021. I don't have pages on mine.
Page 1.
Page, yes.
What, 12? 12.
Yeah, numerical, but it's not numerical. You see.
That's page 12.
Okay. Everybody with me? Okay. So our total income is $812,751.70 versus a budget of $950,034.36 for a unfavorable under budget revenue of $137,282.66. We have total expenses of $863,187.57 with a budgeted expense of $1,130,745.43 for favorable under budget and expenses of $267,557.86. And we have net loss of $50,435.87 with a budgeted net loss of $180,711.07 for a favorable variance of $130,275.20. Any questions regarding the profit and loss year to date through May 2021? Not, I will go to the balance sheet, which is the next page. We have total checking and savings of $694,869.96. $865 in accounts receivable for total current assets of $695,734.96. Total fixed assets, $599,070.08 for total assets of $1,294,805.04. Total liabilities, we have a debit balance of $391.40, which is credits, unused credits from our vendors, money that they actually owe us. Total equity, $1,295,196.44 for total liabilities and equity of $1,294,805.04. Any questions regarding the balance sheet? Hearing none, moving forward to the treasurer's report. And this is the income summaries, whereby we have property taxes making up 79.26% of total revenues, other revenues of 18.28%, and grants 2.46%, totaling the $812,751.70. And the next page is the income and expense by month for expense summary. Our operations make up 77.47%, professional services 9.67%, collection 6.48%, debt service 5.08%, capital improvements 0.68%, and other operating expenses 0.62%, for a total of $863,187.57. That concludes my report on the financial status of the library through May 20, 2020.
What?
I made the motion. Yeah. I made the motion to approve the financial budget. That's really necessary.
Any discussion or question? Any discussion or question? Okay, you wanna do roll call?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes.
Trustee Richardson. Yes. Trustee, Treasurer Maxey.
Yes.
Yes, it passed.
Okay, now, the next item is approval of the 2021-2022 library budget.
You can't prove it to be other way around.
What do you mean, you had it out
I
loud?
speak up to you.
You know, we did it at
That was a
4,
public hearing.
huh?
That was a public hearing.
Okay, go ahead, read it out loud.
Okay,
No, you can do it.
Okay, sorry.
all right, so under, it's,
Page 16.
You amount to pages so many pages.
16.
He doesn't have page numbers. He doesn't. have-
Right.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, sir.
right, the total income for, projected income for the budget for July 2021 through June 2022 $1,191,197.09. Our debt service is projected to be $47,801.88. Our total professional services of $117,275. Total operations, $847,136.57. Book collections, $75,000. And other operating expenses,
18, excuse me,
I'm sorry,
you over on 18 now?
yes,
We just do some.
yes.
Yeah,
18-1.
18, page 18.
Yeah. And I was saying, you don't have a page. You don't
17.
hold this reading. I don't know
Right.
what you said, what page.
I'm sorry.
I got it.
Okay, so I was at the collection capital improvements, 22,000. And other operating expenses, 13,000, for a total expense of $1,122,213.45, and a projected net income of $68,983.64. Is
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the budget.
I make the most to do that for the 2021, 2022.
Okay, now, questions and discussion. I just wanna, say thanks to Mr. Harden, because at the last meeting, I can't speak for anybody else, I was confused. And understanding finances is not my strong suit. So, he's been very patient and working, with us to, get these figures in a more, condensed and understanding way. He's very patient, and I just like to commend him on the job that he did.
thank you.
Yes, well, so I also like to say that not only did he work with us, but he went all the way to the state level. And y'all did this for him.
That's
So,
right.
well, the state, I'm turning to the state library to determine how a budget should be presented and putting it in the correct order. So we would know how it was done. That is the correct way it's supposed to be done. And so categories and everything that we're looking at now are based on what the state of Michigan libraries are required to do. And that has been done. So, I commend you.
Mr. Maxey and then Melanie.
I want to echo the same. Prior to this, the state was looking at our monies on budget and was saying they were in violation. And after Mr. Harden started explaining to us through our meetings of the committee, and I said, thanks to the committee, because for the 3 hours that we were spending 3 days a week, 369 hours in a week was great. And I really understand now what's happening and why the state was saying, I will find you if you do not bring your paperwork up to date. Thank you, Mr. Harden. You saved us a whitewash.
Facts is facts and fiction is fiction. I first want to thank Edmond as well, because Edmond and his, the communication that has changed drastically from the last 2 sessions. Facts is every year, we got a letter from the state of Michigan. It's complaining about the way our budget was, complaining about how oversights, and that's facts, and can be read in the past notes if somebody wants to read them. What I learned this time is about transparency, which is absolutely necessary. So, Mr. Lee, as I always call you, I appreciate you for doing your due diligence beyond the toxicity that was trying to be created and being professional at all times. So I just want to thank you personally. Thank you so much. Get some sleep. Go to sleep.
Any other discussion or questions? Before we go?
Wait.
All right, roll call, please.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
Vice Chair. Treasurer Maxey. Treasurer Maxey.
Yes.
Mr. Richardson.
Yes.
Yes, it passes.
Well, you can leave us now.
No.
No,
Oh,
we got one more thing.
No. One more thing.
Don't we got one on the, with the action items, yeah?
yeah, but what is the finance?
Oh, no, you know, that's.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because I know he wants to go.
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
All right. Y'all have a blessed evening.
So take care.
Have a good evening.
Yes.
Appreciate you so much.
The department.
Thank you.
Okay, you should have received before this meeting an interim library director employment agreement with an attachment A to it. And the attachment A spells out the roles and responsibility of this person, probably pretty much spells out the director. I will tell you that in the process of trying to get this together, it was discovered that we had no job description on file, and that's one of the things we're gonna really have. There's several things that I know as chair and interim committee, we discovered that was not there, not in people personnel files. And so we got some work that we need to do to make us the first class library that we really are in the community. So I hope you had a chance to read this. It starts on page 19.
Can I say something first?
Yes.
Now, there was a job description prior to. It may not have been in the files or anything, but in order to initially bring the task director on, and we had to vote on that. And the attorney for labor put it together, so there was one. So we would not have offered her the position, and she had her attorney look over it before she even signed it. So there was one in place, although there was none in her file. There was one in place, so you can't say that there wasn't one. You can say,
I can say that
you
for
can say that,
myself
but I'm just telling you.
because it wasn't there.
But I'm just telling you that there was one. And so if you look back at the minutes from where she was, holding in the position,
Okay.
all of that was there. So I just want to be clear about that.
Where's the last page?
Page 20, page 32.
About Lynch?
No, about the people who was shot with that.
Oh, it's not Lynch.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Very last thing, and then I got
Lit like the lit for Jesus.
L-I-N-T.
Oh.
Lynch has been on the clothes. Okay, now, I want to continue
Not like 40 days.
with, you want 40 days for what?
She being funny because I
No,
thought
she
she spelled the L-E-N-T.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
I said not like lit.
So, having looked at this, are there some questions, additions? What? Because I would like to get this voted on tonight.
Make a motion to vote on it.
Are you making a motion to approve it or making a motion?
Approve it, I'm sorry, I got to approve what? Approve it from page 19, ma'am.
Approval of interim
The
library
interim
director.
library director, I make the motion to approve. The interim library director, excuse me, I was speaking.
Is there support for this?
Support.
Now, further discussion and questions. Yes, ma'am.
Madam Chair, I just want to say, based on this information about the interim director, that it is indeed an interim director position. And the person is qualified, they've been in the library for over 22 years. Equal. Okay.
Go ahead.
And they work in conjunction, not only with the county council, but also. And so they have the skills and the knowledge, and they work diligently along with Mr. Hart and make sure that everything is done. So he is qualified to do the job. And he has worked very good with the staff. And I'm excited about it. I think everything that's in there that was created by the labor attorney is important. I think it's something that we should actually go on. I'm comfortable with.
Any other questions or discussion?
This comments, I understand the dispute resolution. What is the dispute resolution? I'm talking about because most of the time, I really can't hear what anyone is saying. Rosie talks soft, or the ones you talk soft.
Me?
Yeah, so I have to get loud to ask everybody, please speak up. Gee whiz, I can't hear nothing.
So what was your
Dispute resolution.
dispute resolution?
I'm looking at that. I was saying that in our meetings, we talked about this with Edmund. One thing, as interim, he understands. We ran into a lot of problems with the former, but now, thank God we've got this straight. The medical leave, anything about the Fair Standard Labor Act, all of that has been included. And I heard him say from his mouth that he really understood as an interim what dispute resolution is about. That's all. I just want to make that very clear. And I appreciate that from him for making that statement. And Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act is a monster, and he understands that. That's the biggest thing. That Title 7 will put you up under the chair.
Melanie. Speak up,
I'm
please.
sorry, I'm using my ignorance. I just want to say that I'm excited for the future of the Pontiac Public Library. I'm excited for the interim director. That's all.
Anybody else?
I'm sorry,
Rosie?
and in addition, the interim position does mean exactly that. And it is specified that during the period of time when you did a search for the Michigan Library Association, which actually has a place for a job posting to be done, and that is being done so that we have a search out there for the position. It's not just like go over
On these five.
on any street and ask their friend if they want a position. But I think it includes that, and he understands that it's a official position, and he has stepped above and beyond to do the job.
And I want to make it clear that no one on this board is eligible to serve in that capacity. I want to make that perfectly clear. Well, I can only say what I know.
Come on with it.
Oh, I can't say what somebody else knows. Yes,
Another
Mr.
thing is
Mayor.
perfectly clear that we'll do our search. When we put out a search, and our committee first will come together, so it won't be 1, 2, 3, 4, whoever volunteer on that committee. Remember, we just have to do due diligence as we have done with the 3 former committees. If we don't do due diligence, we'll have a big disagreement, a big disturbance. Whoever the committee members be, we've got to be there, and we've got to look at the, not the orders, but credentials, no, the guidelines that covers how we do our search. Who's to be on the interview board committee? As you said, no present elected official can serve. All of that needs to be. Let's make sure, but I'm real anxious to get the RFP out real quick and real anxious to close it real quick. I don't think we'll need 30 days, 60 days to make a decision. We have a great start. That's all.
Any other discussion or comments? Okay, then, let's vote.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
Vice Chair,
Yes.
Trustee Richardson. Yes. Trustee Mass.
Yes.
Yes. Motion passed.
Okay, you sent him out of the room.
Well, he went to go for his thing, right? I'm sorry.
Okay.
He coming right back.
What?
He coming right back.
Okay, but I have something I need to ask him.
As interim, you mean?
Mr. Eddy.
I thought it was Davis. I'm confused.
So, you know,
I apologize.
two times.
Edwin, I, was waiting for you to come back. We did pass this, interim library director employment agreement. The next step would be for, you to be sure, I know we've been through part of this, but I need you to take a copy, go through it.
Okay.
And then I will come and meet with you tomorrow
Okay.
and, go over and, we will sign if everything is, okay. Okay, now, XP Gaming, is that the gaming guy up there?
No, they're not here.
Some XP David, you know, said game,
Gaming,
They're not here.
David, yeah, we had a presentation.
no, I know that, that guy looked like.
No,
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Okay, I wanna bring us, because that needs to be an action item, tonight. As you know, we had a closed session in there with our attorney, and she advised us as to what we could or could not, do. And although, that's myself, man, I really wanted that so badly. But you had your hand up for something.
Oh, no, I'm waiting to finish.
Oh, okay. We found out at the advice of our attorney, there were certain things under the law that we could not do. So we need to take action on this and decide what we're gonna do as a board. Rosie?
Madam Chair, I make a motion to remove the proposal for the expanding for consideration for planning program.
Okay. Is there support for that? Second the motion. Is there a discussion? Do we all understand why we had to do this? Yes.
I would say personally, I'm sad with this.
Me too.
Because it could have been done differently, it could have been beautiful for the community. And it's sad how this turned out. And it's, you know, that's the reality. It affects so many children who have never been exposed to the games. It affects, we don't want to work with that type of technology. And I just hope that the next time we have an opportunity that actually can help children learn how to be engaged in a world they've never experienced, that we get beyond the pettiness of it and just do what is in the best interest of our children. Because it isn't that the library lost, it's the children lost tonight.
Well, I want to correct you in one area. One, it was not pettiness.
No, not
Two,
how I
no.
Go ahead.
I want the people to know why.
Why?
Because our attorney said it was illegal.
No, I know that part. I said that's how I felt.
I know why.
No,
I
I do. I know.
Okay.
I wasn't saying that you. I'm saying is I thought
Because we all wanted it.
I wanted it so bad.
We voted for it,
So I did.
So let me correct myself. It wasn't petty. It wasn't legal ramifications. I'm
That's
still
where,
mad about
okay.
it, and that's how I feel.
Right, I think we all feel
Mad about it.
that way, but we later on found out that, the room that they selected, I don't know if all of you know, but that room, when it was a storm, flooded. And they had to bring people in.
Yep.
Mhm. It might still have that kind of mold and mildew smell. And we don't know where the water came from.
It's been cleaned up.
Yeah, it's been cleaned up, but it had an odor at first. And we don't know where the water came from. Into what? Oh, no, we don't have enough internet either.
We just gotta make sure. I don't know anything about that whatsoever. I play video games. So only thing I do know is if you do
Any other comments before we vote? Okay, roll call.
Madam Chair,
Yes, what was
motion that we withdraw it from the
remove the proposal? Yes.
Vice Chair,
Yes.
President Maxis.
Yes,
Yes, motion passed.
Okay, now I want to ask a question. Benita's not here, but you and Rosie are here. Do one of you want to take leadership in contacting the people to let them know, or you want me to do it? Yes.
I think it needs to be in writing.
I didn't hear you.
It needs to be in writing,
Yeah,
Okay.
that the board has agreed to.
Okay, so are you three going to put it together, or you want me to work with the director, or what? Because I don't like to, step over folks, so what do y'all want?
Yeah, I think all you need to do is simply say, something to the fact that the board has voted to remove the consideration when you come in public library. You appreciate your time or something.
But I
Consideration.
figure I should at least get on top of the reason. So, okay, all I wanted to know, because I wanted to be sure that my subcommittee, who has met with the people and done it, so Edwin, I will get with you and we will do a letter to the people. Now the pavilion, I received a letter from the leadership of the cuisine group, and they withdrew their request to continue with the. I think they're looking at another site. And so they removed their request for the pavilion. Yes.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we accept their request for removing their proposal for consideration for the county.
I second the motion.
Okay, any discussion or questions? Again, I want to say the same reason that they hadn't removed it, we wouldn't have been able to do it for the same reason for the accident. Because the state law, our attorney said that it was illegal for us to do it. Okay, a vote, roll call.
Madam Chair, she has a name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just want to say this, in respect to this motion for their withdrawal, but also there was consideration for the past use of the pavilion. The past use of the pavilion, the people are able to utilize it on an individual basis, and nothing for use.
Okay, and I have to follow through on with the health department. And work with Edmund, else nobody can use it. Like I had said, they almost need to tear it down if we're not gonna use it. Yeah, the playground. But I will get with him and we'll get the health department. I got the sheet where they did spell out stuff, but I would like to personally talk with them, and then afterwards get back with us about the future of the pavilion. What are we going to do with it? Because we've already made an investment. That stove and stuff is out there, and I want to know if the health department says that is a requirement. I know they said ceiling tile and some other stuff. So, so I'll get with Edmund and we'll meet with the health department, because I would like to see us use it. But I wanted to pass the health code. So I'll do that. All right, any other discussion or questions? Yeah.
I had said before, and you'll see in the last couple of minutes, that I said that we needed to have maintenance and upgrade anyway. So if we bought the stove, it's just an upgrade, from where, you know, it hasn't been changed since 1960. So I think that's added value to what we have. It'll just make it easier for people coming to use it, as long as they have a safer license to do what they can to do it.
Okay, well, what I'll do is it'll be back on the agenda for, after the health department comes in,
So after we
and then I'll let you know. Huh?
We do repairs before we have them come back.
Yes, we talked about that. What we're talking about is ceiling tile must be replaced and some other stuff. So, yeah, we talked about bringing them in after that. Yeah. Any other discussion? Okay, roll call.
Madam Chair.
Yes, I said.
President Maxey.
Yes.
Trustee Wilson.
Yes.
Yes. Motion passed. Okay. Chair's report. I just, the only thing I want to say is I had a wonderful time Saturday at the June 10th celebration. We had a very diverse group of people that came and participated. The staff worked like a well-oiled machine. I want to give kudos to Edmund Richardson for what he did and the leadership that he provided. She's not here, but Marlene Marion must have drug in everybody in her family to volunteer and to work a station. And we had a tiny bit of rain. But I'm telling you, those children enjoyed. The people brought a horse too, plus the ponies. And some of the kids rode the horse, some rode the ponies. They had something very unique where they had little headbands and different stuff that the kids could put on the horses and the goats and things. And we had a little farm that was here, whose mother had been killed on the highway, and the lady had raised it until it was able to be back out with the other. We had a crew here that put the flowers out, and Edward said they will make sure that they get watered so they would stay there. And Earl, I know you were pleased with that because it's been about 3 years now where you had mentioned that you wanted to see some flowers and stuff out there except for that perennial stuff that we had. So I know you were pleased to see that. We got something. They just gotta keep it watered. Huh? No, we paid for it. Now what we gotta check though, Edmund's not sure that the faucet out there is working, right?
Yeah, and there's an issue with, well, there's a mechanical issue with it. It can be turned on, I think, but you have some kind of tool to do that.
We're gonna get a plumber to look at it, right?
So we plan to use that. It's in the news and other places.
But it was wonderful. The kids had food and yeah, the cupcakes. It's that kind of thing. But it was wonderful. I had a wonderful time. I stayed longer than I thought I would. In fact, I stayed till the library closed. But it was just magnificent. And it's just the beginning. We gotta have other special events and things in because we gave the kids books, at least 3 books each person. And they pick their own books. And so we hope that that will encourage them to participate in the summer reading program and everything. But I just want to thank everybody. That young man thanked me, the volunteer that was doing the digging up the dirt, the volunteer. He thanked me for helping him and showing him what to do with putting plants in the ground. So that's my report. I just had a wonderful, wonderful time, and I hope that it will get us through. So that's my report. I entertain a motion to accept my report.
I make a motion to accept.
Second by Maxine. Any questions or discussion? On the side of the stage. Yeah, okay. All right, well, we're at the end. Board member comments. I told Edmund that he hadn't been aboard long enough to make a report, a director's report, but it will be on the agenda for next month. So
you didn't vote to accept your
board
Wow.
comments. I'm gonna start.
No, we have to vote to accept the
Oh,
report.
yeah.
Can I call, please? Madam Chair,
Yeah.
Vice Chair,
Yes.
Trustee Wilson, yes. Trustee, Treasurer Maxey.
Yes.
Yes. Now you can do the final comments.
I'm gonna start off here. Rosie, you know. Wait a minute.
Before we start to.
When it gets to you, would you come up with them?
Oh,
Okay, go ahead, Rosie.
Let me start off on video. July 24th and 25th, I'm on board for the Oakland County Pioneer Historical Society. So for 2 days, the summer social will be going on July 24th and 25th from 12 until 4 p.m. A lot like the thing that we have here, because we'll have the petting zoo and then that vision house, yes. We have the petting zoo and the horses and everything. The answers are, of course, we have ice cream, we have food. If anyone's interested in doing the video, and also wants to do it, have some forms here, so if anybody can take one. Or I'm gonna ask the library to have a table there. We have so many books around here that we would be able to give books out. I am the chair for the schoolhouse at the there, so we'll be having some programs there, and get to be comparing one school to what they have currently in the future. So we're excited about that. So we invite you all to that. The second note is I have 3 degrees, okay, and proud of them, and trying to finish up my PhD, okay. It's not in library science. I have a passion about this library. I love this library from the time I first came on board. After I retired, glad I retired, okay, but I'm passionate about learning, literacy, and everything that we do here. And I will go out of my way to make sure this library has everything that it needs in order to continue to operate. Looking forward to working with additional people, with all the training necessary, so I know exactly what to do. So when I came on board and we were initially looking to have a millage, I reached out to people that I know, got 133 villagers passed, and our village passed. And I'm just excited about that. When we talked about investing money, that was something that had never been done before. We had an investment, so we had well over $20,000 that we received some money from being for our investment. So as far as me wanting to initially do something and take over the library, my money's good already. I don't need a salary from the library, okay? I'm here, and I don't think we get paid a dime here to be on the board, okay? So that's very important to me. I'm excited about the library. I'm running for the library board again, and I will continue to do everything I can in order to make sure that every young person and adult, including the Oakland Literacy Society, who's working with adults, learn how to read. We had a room building establishment that was never utilized for adults to be able to read. Okay, and so it's important that people know that I am here for the people. Okay. I grew up here. I will continue to do what I need to do here. A lot of people say, come to Georgia, come from other places. We have something for you to do. I'm passionate about this place. Okay, we will have another branch. We will have other things that we will do here. But whatever illusion people are coming up with, I don't know whether their medication is wrong or whatever. But what I can tell you is that I am passionate about the library. I'm excited about Edmund. I think he does a great job. I said 22 years, they said 23. It doesn't matter. He jumped on board before we even had a chance to bring this and just stepped on board and made sure that we had everything in order because he's passionate about the library as I am too. And I will continue to do everything that I need to do. So they always said that, you know, don't worry about when people talk about you because they talk about Jesus Christ, just be glad that you can't get crucified. You finished? I'm finished.
So first of all, the next thing is, two days ago. She came up with a plan. She wanted to take the money. Oh, she wanted to do this event in the parking lot. But she was talking about she was talking about what it was really need to provide me insurance for everybody to ride. All these the trailer, the showers, to give them a shower, give them dress and brand new clothes. Next Wednesday, next Wednesday we will have a special meeting about what she will be able to present more information.
Okay, now, it will be, 2 more people added to the committee because it's not a special. If I have 4, it will mean a special meeting. So I would like, if anybody's interested, if they would join, there are only 2 people. You interested, Rosie? Anybody else interested? Because,
What time?
5:30. Okay, so y'all will be my friends. You come on. So we can down. Yes, ma'am. Huh? It's cooler. Is that it?
Yes. Continue to be safe.
Okay, I have one more item.
Madam Chair, I thought you were going to follow.
Yes, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you got that.
I just made my chair report.
Oh, okay.
I'm next.
I thought maybe you had the
Don't
edge.
forget Mr. Ball on the she's on the field.
Oh, okay. Those of you who are more technology savvy, I want you to take a picture of this and get this out to as many people as you can. They can get, we are having an Oakland County Health Department here, and people will be able to get a free shot. They can make an appointment online, or they can just walk in. Now, I didn't know about the $50 gift card until I saw the flyer. Oh, yeah. And I'm gonna try to get some flyers over to the Phoenix apartments.
Yeah.
Because even though they had a clinic there, maybe some people didn't do it, they were scared or whatever. And so they can walk over here. And if it's what I need to do, get the word out, we got it, about this. Okay, that's my board, comment. Now, you, Mr. Max.
I think I'm excited.
Okay,
And I've heard you for the last 20 minutes.
okay.
I am so excited. Moving forward, let me say this to the public. I have enjoyed 15 hours of 3 committee persons. Richardson, Matt, and myself, we've worked hard. And the hardest thing to do, nothing was messy. Every comment, every paragraph, Matt had to get a legal opinion. It was nothing messy about this. It was totally professional. Citizens, that door is open for our meetings. You walk in, you bring your ideas, you put it in writing, or you can speak. But acknowledge this fact. You have over 50 years plus of education. Educated people. People with proposition. I learned who my colleagues really were by spending those 15 hours. It's a long time for 4 days, 5 days, 3 hours a day with the Manhattan, going on a legal opinion on every sentence. So, like I said, nothing was messy. Gentlemen, feel free to come. Please come and attend. I'm looking forward to some military events to be held here. As it relates to more information about military people. More information. And community people, bring your proposals. The doors will not be closed. I'm just excited for adventures that I don't even have in mind. I'm excited because, see, I know Perry Earl want to give us some young folks as he did that robot. And gonna pop up and have not only some ideas, but some action. I know this. I know this. But again, come to our meetings on Thursday, cross your legs, eat that bad food that we eat, have some ideas, and remember one thing, we all are dedicated to the proposition of excellence. We don't spend our time just to come here and sit and be messy. Messy should be excluded. Anything on the internet, anything in the papers or whatever, there's nothing messy about this board. Just the fact that we take I's and we dot and T's we cross. We might spend more time. No matter, we spend a lot of time. But please come out. And I applaud my 2 colleagues, Matt and Ms. Richardson. I found out some things that I didn't know about them before, but I know now. But it's a secret. They found out I can't cook so well. Anyway, again, thank you for this time. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this young man here. Been in the service over 25 years, city and connected to the library work here. I'm just looking forward. There's so many programs that our youth, our seniors, our military, and our college kids in particular can get. Last, help us spend $1.3 million for the problem zone. All of you guys out there, men and women, $1.3 million. So stop talking, get to walking and energize. Help us identify our youth so they can go to college. It's hard to spend $1.3 million. It's hard. So, telling you, again, thank you, colleagues, for the 15 hours that I spent with headaches with Matt. Thank you.
Is Benita still on?
I'm here.
Yes.
Benita, did you have some comments?
I do not.
Oh, okay. Melanie?
Yeah. For 4 years, I've had the honor and the privilege to serve in this field. I have watched with temperament people make false accusations against board members. And I normally try to maintain my control, but today I wanted to, and no one's going to apologize to this board, I want to apologize to them. Because the John Q. Public, no matter what people say, you did your due diligence. That was you. I have tears in my eyes because of the toll that it's taking on certain people, family members, people, children. And people came from the John P. Public and accuse people of things that are not only remotely not true, but just flat out wrong. I'm sad because it didn't have to go this way. There's called effective communication, and then there's slander. There's called effective accusations that are being made, and just hearsay. And nobody thought about people, kids reading those messages. And nobody thought about the children hearing people say things about their parents. And they gotta live with that. And so I hope that people on this board start to take seriously that their parents as well, and that just like you can give, you can take it, you can make a comment, you can be given. And I hope that John P. Public understands that it is not easy to serve the citizens of Pontiac. It's not easy, but we do it with love and diligence, and we don't get a dime. And we spend our own money and our own time and our own talents to promote this library because it is bigger than us. We're here to serve. And so I hope today we start serving more and speaking less. Serving more and speaking less. And to the slanderous comments that were made personally against me, I forgive you because I'm a Christian and I have to. And that's the only way I know how to live because I'm trying to be led by example. I'm somebody's mama. I'm somebody's sister. I'm somebody's parent. I'm somebody's daughter. And so I hope today that after today, before you make a slanderous comment about someone, you understand that we all still have to live in this city. And you have to reap what you sow when you say things. But I forgive you because at the end of the day, I'm born here, I'm going to die here, and I'm going to serve here. And I love this library, and I love my board members, and I go toe-to-toe with anybody about it. Thank you so much, and have a good evening.
Okay. Well, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
7:30.
Any discussion, comment, question? Okay then, roll call, my
Madam
dear.
Chair,
Yes,
Vice Chair,
Yes.
Trustee Richardson. Yes. Treasurer Madison.
Yes.
Trustee, yes, it passed. Turn it back.
yes, thank y'all so very much. And
Yes, for me too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.